so much for joining us. We are thrilled to get to share this wonderful day with so many friends and communities that are such a big part of our history as a company. Union Pacific is so proud to be here. I'm so pleased to introduce a few special guests who would like to say a few words about why we're all gathered today. Lance Fritz, President and CEO of Union Pacific Railroad, has joined us with executive team, and we're so pleased to welcome him, and we want him to tell us a few things about this. So Lance, please come on up. We're also so proud to be joined by Governor Mark Gordon, who ably leads this state and provides great direction, and we're so proud to have Governor Gordon joining us today. Come on up with us. And thank you, Mayor Orr, for hosting us right here in Cheyenne. Mayor Orr of the City of Cheyenne is here. Lance, will you tell us just a thing or two about what this is all about and why we're here today?
Uh-oh, I got the mic.
Right behind you, buddy.
Pull it out. Well, first off, good morning, Cheyenne, Wyoming. Or should I say, good morning, Steve. We're here to celebrate the rebuilding of the Bighorn, Union Pacific Zone 4014, the largest steam locomotive we ever used, largest in the world. A team here in Cheyenne, Wyoming built it from the ground up. There's no Walmart you go for a Challenger steam locomotive parts. They had to design the parts from scratch, build them from scratch. All 1.2 million pounds of this giant beauty. You know, and it's not just about the 4014, it's about our relationship with Cheyenne that goes way back, Mayor Orr, way back to the beginning. In 1865, right here, Major General Grenville Dodge was standing with his troops. He was looking west and he was thinking, how are we going to go through the Laramie Mountains? 2 short years later, he's our chief engineer. And he has a way through the mountains. In 1867, 1868, we're building our way across. And finally, we make it to Promontory, where we connect to the Central Pacific after years and years of turmoil, struggle, might. You know, when Grenville named this town Cheyenne, he named it because it was after a powerful tribe. And he thought this is going to be a very important city someday. And we wake up and it is a very important city, Mayor. Thank you very much for hosting us in the Magic City on the plains here. You know, our relationship with the city is special. It goes beyond just Grenville Dodge starting here. Just 2 short years ago, you welcomed us to celebrate the 150th anniversary of this wonderful city. And the accomplishment of building the Transcontinental Railroad is another reason we're all here today. Right? Think of that. It changed the United States forever. It changed how we thought about time and distance. It changed how we ate. It changed how we thought about what was possible. It's been compared since to only putting a man on the moon. It was an enormous accomplishment. And you got to think about the heroes, the individuals involved, the visionaries that knew what this could do for our great nation. The laborers who essentially built this railroad by hand with no machinery to speak of, right? 12, 14, 16-hour days. And it's about the First Nations of our great country, whose lives were changed, their culture was changed forever with the opening of the West. And it's about you here today. It's about this great nation and our economy and stitching it together. You know, I'm reminded of the words of Abraham Lincoln. He said, in order to predict the future, create it. The best way to predict the future is to create it. We've had a wonderful time, Governor, creating a history with your help and with your predecessors' help through this great state of Wyoming. Over 1,000 UP employees call this great state home. And we still build the economy, we build the communities in this great state. And we look forward to creating an even brighter future with you. Governor, would you like to say a few words?
Thank you very much. Isn't it wonderful? Isn't it wonderful that we live in the nation we do?
And I'm going to talk just a little bit about that. I think, Mr. Chairman, you helped with sort of leading that story forward. Madam Mayor, I would like to welcome everybody to Hell on Wheels. This is a city known as Hell on Wheels, and the Union Pacific put it on the map as Cheyenne. You know, I'm reminded of one of the stories of the building of that railroad where the First Nations, actually the Sioux, were down here, and there was a moment just west of here where one of the engineers put a shovel about 60 yards away and challenged some of the Native Americans who had ridden down the track to see what this wondrous thing was, to see if they could outshoot some of the engineers with their bows and arrows. And out of the 7 arrows that were shot, 6 of those arrows went through the hole of the shovel, and 1 of those landed in the shaft of the shovel. So you see, it was an amazing time. We were in the middle of the Civil War, 1861 to 1865, and our president, Abraham Lincoln, had the vision to say, let's figure out, we know that we have challenges for financing, we have a biggest challenge our nation has ever faced, and yet we need to think about joining this nation east to west. So our nation has always been about competition. And we passed in 1863 and 1864 2 bills that were designed to encourage competition between the Union Pacific and the Central Pacific. And I'm happy to say that if it hadn't been for Grenville Dodge finding a way off the Laramie Mountains, supposedly under attack, the gangplank would not have been located, and my good friend Governor Herbert in Utah would not have been able to celebrate the fact that the Union Pacific built over 1,900 miles of this railroad track that joined our nation. The Central Pacific failed. I understand that. But that's the kind of intrepid nature of this state and of this nation. God bless us all. Mayor, I just am happy to be here and honored to pass the microphone to you.
Thank you very much, Governor. This is a spectacular morning. I don't know about you, but I went to bed last night feeling like it was Christmas Eve, because I've been hearing that so many people are going to be coming into town, and thousands of people, and I thought, really? Okay, this is pretty great and pretty historical. Well, the governor and I actually just returned from the same meeting over west of town, and I tell you what, there are thousands of people lined up, all the way down that we could see, and if you don't get a lump in your throat, you're just probably not very patriotic, because there's something obviously very special about the railroad, and as it's been mentioned, I think that patriotism is because it was the railroad that literally connected our country. And now more than ever, what a fine example to see the craftsmanship, the workmanship. I tell you what, I think everybody needs to give a big round of applause for the crew that put this back together and made this happen. Cheyenne, as we all know, we wouldn't be here if it wasn't for the railroad. We are a railroading family, a railroading community, and obviously we're very proud. So Lance, I don't think anybody's here to really listen to me anymore. I will wrap this up. What I do have for you, though, is one of our 150-year coins. So thank you very much. Congratulations on your 150 years, and here's to a new future together.
Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Mayor. Thank you, Governor. Thank you, Lance, for telling us a little bit more about what we're doing here. So now we have this wonderful locomotive, and it's time to launch it. And so I think if you will please christen the locomotive so that we can get it back into service and send it to Coventry. On behalf of all the employees, past and present, of Union Pacific, all the communities that we serve, everyone here, we're so delighted to share this with you. Thank you, and let's please do the honors and get this going.
I saw it break.
Alright, can I get everybody's attention? We are going to move the locomotive and it is going to be loud. So, 2 fingers, plug your ears please. And then after that, we'll be sounding the whistle 5 times to load the crew. And then there will be a few more whistle blasts and we're going to pull out of town and look forward to seeing you all wave and thanks for being here.
Needs more pepper. My coffee's starting to go.
Laramie's that way!
guys ever get your luggage? That's how it's done. I used to do it.
Let's have a contest.
Do it again.
Yeah, I wish I could too. All right, I had a good day.
Okay, party's over. Whoa! Somebody had equipment sitting on there. I do this, I tip it up so that stand it upright because we got to pick it up anyway.
There's down.
I know. And that way we come in here with a dolly.
You bet.
I don't believe in manual labor.
I'm gonna go ahead and go on around behind him. I've got to go find my
What
stuff.
kind of equipment that was, but it was sitting up there.
Put one of the mediums on that.
Well,
We need one of those.
sit it right there, yes, for the moment. Yep.